Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Oh, you hear me?
Sir.
So, I think I wait for a little while. Are you getting on, brothers, sisters? Okay. Okay, brothers and sisters, shall we start? Want to start now?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's start our day with the brothers and sisters. Let's start our day with the recitation of Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Okay, as usual, let's start our day with a recitation of a dua by Ustaz Muhammad Shafiq. Are you there, Shafiq? I do see. Yeah, there. Okay, tafadhal Ustaz. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma aftah alayna hikmataka wa anshir alayna min qazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah lana sudurana wa yassir lana umurana wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisanina yafqahu qawlana. Allahumma alhimna 'ilman na'rifu bihi awamirak wa na'rifu bihi nawahiyak warzuqna Allahumma balagata fahmin nabiyyin wa fasahata hifdhil mursalin wa sur'ata ilhamil malaikati muqarrabin wa akrimna Allahumma binuril 'ilm wa sur'atil fahmi wa akhrijna min dhulumatil wahmi waftah lana abwaaba rahmatik وعلمنا إسرار حكمتك يا رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you, Ustaz. Okay, let's have a exciting day today. What are we going to do? We are going to construct sister's house. Yeah, sister already get a nice piece of land near campus on a hill. So this is a nice piece of land. Let's get brother to be the contractor. Okay, let's see how brother want to construct sister's house. Okay, brother, what should we do to start to construct sister's house? Construct the roof first. Hello, anybody there?
Yes.
So shall we construct the roof first? I think sister also can answer.
The base.
The base first.
The base first.
The base first. Okay, because we make some excavation and then construct the base, the foundation. And then after that, construct the wall.
The floor, the wall.
The wall. How the wall sit? Where does the wall sit on? Maybe we need to construct maybe the structure first. Let's say we construct the first floor structure. And then we construct the second floor structure. What's next?
Roof.
Okay, roof. Let's construct the roof structure. And then the roof cover. Then once we are done, at this stage, can someone construct the ceiling? You construct the ceiling. And can someone downstairs, while someone upstairs is working, Can another team of people downstairs construct the door and window? Can we? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then we construct the wall together. Otherwise, the doors and window, there's no place to construct. Then sister want the jacuzzi installed. Let's install the jacuzzi because after class she can rest over here. Then we do some landscape. Okay, this beautiful landscape. Okay, what's this? Sister's house. What do you call this whole thing?
House.
A house. Yes, this is a house. Can we name in a generic term? Let's name it into as a project. Okay, what is it? Okay, can I construct the roof first and then construct the foundations? Can we?
No.
No. Then how about the second floor structure first and then first floor structure? Is it possible?
No.
No. But can we construct the wall while one team is constructing the wall and another team is constructing the ceiling upstairs? Can it be done together at the same time?
Yes.
Yes. So what is this thing actually? A project. So project is made up of a few, what we call it, activities. No, project is made up of activities. So excavations, or maybe piling, if you need be, piling, foundation, first floor structure. All these are referred as activity. And then there are certain sequence. That means the excavation must be done before we can do the foundation. And then there is also the first floor structure has to be done first. That means the foundation must be completed. Then only we can do the first floor structure. Similarly, the first floor structure must be completed and then we can do the second floor. That means some must be in sequence. Some can be done in parallel, like the walls and the ceiling can be done in parallel. So what are we going to do? So we are going to schedule the construction of this house. Let's do some scheduling. Project scheduling. First, we define what is a project. What is a project? A project is a collection of interrelated activities that you have seen just now. Interrelated activities that must be executed in a certain sequence or certain order before the whole thing can be completed. And then there is also what we call activity or task, T-A-S-K, task. And activity can be seen as a job or one particular part of the in this case construction. I call it a job, which require resources, require time and money. We need time, especially, and resources, tools, and so on to complete it, and must be done one after another, are interdependent between one another. Okay. Example of project you are familiar with, let's say building, what you seen just now, building, a highway, factory, a manufacturing plant, shopping mall. So you are developing this vaccine, new product. Also, we need to schedule this. So this is a project, new drug. It's not drug. This is pharmaceutical drugs or installation of certain system in your buildings, movie production, launching satellite, or planning your wedding reception. This is also a project and many others. So we need to use what we call it scientific method. We use especially these three methods. The first one is project evaluation review technique. We call it PERT, or sometimes we refer as program evaluation review technique. Another method is critical path method. And the simplest is actually using Gantt chart or bar chart. I think you are more familiar with bar chart. Because the background of this two methods, CPM, critical path method, and project evaluation review technique, it was developed about the same time and independently between one company, DuPont. DuPont at that time developed CPM when they want to do some extension of their manufacturing plant and also to do some building and also maintenance of their chemical plants. And then at the same time, this US Navy, at that time during the Cold War period, they want to develop this missile. They use PERT, or Program Evaluation Review Technique. And then somehow or other, although it's different by different organization, different entity, the method of CPM and PERT are almost similar. I can consider similar or the same. And then also during the war, this Henry Gunn, who is developing this ammunition artillery, they want to do a proper scheduling. They develop bar chart. And then this bar chart was developed by Henry Gunn. So the bar chart we refer as Gantt chart. Okay. So this is an example of a bar chart. I think you are more familiar with this one. And let's look at this CPM. CPM was developed for projects with known activity time. PERT, or Project Evaluation Review Technique, was developed to handle a project with uncertain activity times. What does this mean? Okay, let's look at the house again. So this house, if I were to ask brother, how long can you complete the excavation for this one? And then maybe brother can answer is quickly 2 weeks. From his experience as contractor, he can say 2 weeks. How long can you complete the first floor structure? He can answer quickly from his experience. He knows that it can be completed in 3 weeks. And so on. So that one we know the activity time. Another one just now, PERT, uncertain activity time. If I were to ask brother, how long can you complete the excavation work? And brother may not have much experience. So if it rain and rain and rain and snow, it may take about, say, 12 weeks. If it is the weather very, very good, maybe you can complete in 2 weeks. Or maybe after taking into account a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, maybe 4 weeks. So we refer this uncertain. So back to here. So one is known activity time. The other one is uncertain activity time. So the first one, critical path method, we call it, we have what we call deterministic activity time. And the other one, uncertain, we use probabilistic activity times. So we refer the two CPM as deterministic technique or deterministic method. The other one we refer as probabilistic method or probabilistic technique. Then PERT and CPM both have almost similar things to do. I mean, to accomplish. We are trying to find the total time to complete the whole project. When each individual activity can start and when each individual activity can finish to meet the whole completion time. Then we are going to find critical activities. Okay, we discuss later. Then we are also going to try to find what we call non-critical activities. Then can we shorten the project? Like the house just now, sister say the contractor initially say he can complete the house in 10 months. Suddenly sister want to get married earlier, let's say. Then she want to complete the house in 8 months. Can we complete the project earlier than original schedule? So the method, the method to do is define the project. Let's say a house, or the project must be defined: a house, a building, a complex, wedding reception, for example. And then identify all the activities. Then this method, we call it work breakdown structure. Identifying all the activities, sometimes we refer as work breakdown structure. Okay, simple example, like say, plan wedding reception. What are the activities? The first thing is we have to decide the date, the venue, the caterer, the designer, how then sending invitation card, getting the invitation list and invitation card, and many more. And then number 2, develop precedence relationship amongst all activities. What does it mean? What are the activities that must take place first? And then what is the subsequent activity? The subsequent activity, we can call it successor activity. Then draw project network, connecting all the activities, allocate time or resources, estimate to complete each activity, then calculate the longest path through the network. Okay, what is it we discussed after this? Then we are going to find this longest path, we refer as critical path, then critical activities. Okay, before that, let's have a look at this. Let's say we have developed a project, we define a project that is made up of 10 activities: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and then J. And then after that, we develop the precedence relationship. A and B can start right away. B must be completed before C can start. A must be completed before D can start. A must be completed before E can start. So A precedes D, B precedes E. Similarly here, C precedes F, C precedes G. That means C must be completed before F can start. C must be completed before G can start. E must be completed before F start. E must be completed before G start. And the same way, we interpret this one until the last one. I, J, and G are the final activity or terminal activities. Okay, this is an example of a project network. A and B are initial activities. Is the same I reproduce here. Start, when you do a network, we have to put start. A and B are initial activities. That means they can start right away. start to A, start to B. B must be completed before C. That means B precedes C. That means B precedes C. So after B, C. So B, then C. Then we want to do D. What is the predecessor for D? The predecessor is A. A precedes D. So A must be completed before D can be completed. So we do this network. And we go on until completed. Then I just skip this one. I, J, G are the last activity, the terminal activities. I, J, G. So this one we converge into what we refer here as the finish node. Right? So far so good. AON. What is this? Activity on arc. The traditional network diagram for this one, the line, we call it arc, the node, the circle, node. The traditional one, the traditional method of network, the line or the arc represent the activity. And then the node represent the relationship between A and B, the relationship. And then there is another way of looking at it, activity on node. Just know activity on arc, AOA, activity on node. What it says here, the node represent the activity. And then the arc or the line that represent the precedence relationship. For our purpose, we are going to use the second one, activity on node. That means when you put a circle like this, it represents activity. Most computer program nowadays also use the node as activity. There is also some program this have both. They can use both way. And then the easiest is the second one. Okay. Okay, let's go through an example. United College has planned to build a new multipurpose athletic complex on the campus. The complex will provide a stadium for inter-college soccer games, badminton court, then office space and classrooms. So the following activities would have to be undertaken before construction. So this is pre-construction activity, before construction. What do we have to do? So before the construction can start, we need to survey the building site and then develop preliminary design. Then after that, we get approval from the college management. After getting approval, then we appoint an architect and then work out the budget, then finalize the design, raise money, raise financing. Once everything in place, then we can engage a contractor. We start to do tendering work and then appoint a contractor. Let all these activities, these are the activities, let it be labeled A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And then here, the next column here, you can see immediate predecessor. When there's a dash, that means you can start right away. Survey building site can start right away. Develop initial design can start right away. Then A and B must be completed first before C can start. C must be completed before D can start, and so on. And then H will be the last activity. And then at the end here are the activity durations or activity time. Survey building site takes 7 weeks. Developing design 10 weeks. Approval 15 weeks. Appointing an architect. Through the process of appointing architect take 3 weeks. Working out budget 5 weeks. Sorting out the design 15, and working on the tender may take 7 weeks until you appoint the contractor. Okay, let's draw the network together. Okay, I replicate this one. What does it say here? A and B are initial activities, can start right away. See the dash here? Can start right away. So we start, after start, which activity can go? Activity A and B. So activity A and activity B. Then C, what must be completed first before?
A and B.
A must be completed before C can start. And also B must be completed before C can start, A and B. Then D?
After C.
After C. D is after C. E?
After C.
After C also. F?
After D and E complete.
After D, and then after E complete. G?
After E.
After E. And then H?
After F and G.
After F, after G. After F and G. And then this is the last activity. So we put it towards finish. Okay. Let's analyze this. How long A can complete? 7 weeks, right? B?
Yes.
B?
10.
10. C?
15.
15. D?
3.
3. E?
5.
5. F?
15.
11. G is 11. H is
7.
7. How long can you complete this whole project? How to do? Can you estimate when can all this project? Are you going to add all these activities? You add this? Are you going to do that? Yes or no? No.
No.
Okay, let's analyze. Start A, C, D, F, H, finish. How long does it take? Start A7 plus 15 plus 3 plus 15 plus 7.
7
Okay.
weeks.
47 weeks. Okay, let's analyze another one. Start A, C, E, F, H.
49.
49. Then start A, C, E, G, H.
45.
45. Are we done? Any more missing? Did we miss anyone? Yes, we have not touched B. Okay, let's look into another one. Start B, C, D, F, H. 10 plus 15. 50. Then start B, C, E, F, H.
52.
52. Start B, C, E, G, H.
48.
48. What we are doing, before you answer my questions, this A, C, D, F, H, all this, we refer this as path. Path. It's not a walk path. For project scheduling, we refer this as path. Now, I want to decide, we want to know how long can this whole project be completed? Can someone make a guess? 47, 49, 45, 50, 52, 48. Which one should we take?
52.
52. 52. Everybody agree 52?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So we are taking the longest path. This is the longest path. So we have this longest path. Okay, these are the thing. Start A, B, C, E, F, H, finish. Okay, what happened if somehow this activity B, I encounter this survey of a building site, I encounter problem, and I have to delay by 2 weeks. What will happen to the project duration? Right? What will happen to this one? If I were to somehow I encounter this survey building site, say developing a design, and then I encounter some delay, and then it become 12 weeks. What will happen? Any effect on my completion?
Yes.
Yes. So what would it be?
54.
54. Okay, what happened if I were to encounter some delay on this survey building site? I encounter delay by 2 weeks. I encounter delay by 2 weeks, become 9 weeks. What will happen to this completion time?
No effect.
No effect. So if any delay on B, there is some effect. How about C? Some effect, right?
Yes.
Yes.
D. How about D?
No
No.
effect.
No effect. So B, C, E, F, we call this critical activity. We refer this as critical activity. That means if we delay this one, it will upset the whole project duration. Similarly, if 15, if you delay this one, it upset the whole project durations, but not A, not D. G, also no effect, right? If I were to delay this by 1 week, no effect, right? G, no effect. So
Yes.
we refer this as critical activity. This is non-critical activity. A is non-critical activity. D is non-critical. G is non-critical. So what we get now here is what we call this path. The longest path is the critical path. So when we are doing project, our eyes, our focus, when we monitor the project, we must monitor the critical activities. We cannot afford to delay. Any delay, penalty by the client. But sometimes we need to juggle our resources. We can delay a little bit on activity 7. How long can it be delayed on activity 7? Activity A. How long can this be delayed? Can you make a guess? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's have more fun. So this is one, this is the path that we analyzed just now. And then this is the critical path. This is what you get. Okay. I'm going to give you assignment. Let's say the assignment due 2 weeks from today. This assignment will take you 10 days to complete. No shorter, not more, not less. Whichever way you do, you have to, it will take you 10 days to complete. Okay, you have 14 days. Let's say start time 0, start 14. Let me ask brother, when are you going to start this assignment, brother?
2 days before.
2 days before or 4 days before? 2 days or 4
Maximum
days?
4 days before.
Say 4 days after the start
Like,
time,
yeah,
right?
4 days after,
4 days.
yes.
So this is what brother will do. So sister already know how brother will do. After day 4, then he start doing it, and then he complete on time, just in time to submit to me. So complete on day 14. How about Sister Sadia?
Yes, doctor.
How about you? You start right away, right? Tonight you start, right? Tonight you start. Tonight you start, and then you complete what? On what
On
day?
day 10.
Day 10. Then what are you going to do after that? You cannot wait to submit, you know. You can't wait to submit. You cannot wait until the due date. And then I don't want to accept until the day 14. What are you going to do? Are you going to dance
Just
and
wait
dance?
for 4 days.
Yeah, wait. While waiting, what do? Dancing. Let's say you dance and dance and dance and so that pass the time until day 14 you can submit. How about brother? What does he do before he start day 4? What does he do? He play computer game, play game, yeah, play game. 4 days, and then, oops, sorry friend, I have to start my assignment, right? Okay, what did brother do? Brother do is actually what we call it late start. Late start. And then finish, we call it late finish. Not late in the sense that you late. You are late. You are late finish in terms of terminology, but you are done just in time. How about sister? Sister, we refer early start.
Yeah, early start, early finish.
Early finish, early start, early finish. And then, how about your dancing time? How many days can you dance, sister?
4 days.
4 days. 4 days. Is it productive in terms
No,
to
it
your
doesn't
assignment?
happen.
Not productive. So in our technical term, in business, we call it slack resources. That means you are not making use of your time in productive. So we call it slack resources. Let's represent it with S. How about brother playing game? Is it productive? Not
Productive, sir.
productive. Okay. For purpose of this one, let's say we assume not productive economically. Can I assume that? Okay, the same. Let's say this is also not productive. So we refer this as slack. Just now sister know how to calculate 4 days. How do you get 4 days?
14 minus 10.
14 minus 10. So late finish minus early finish.
Yeah.
Okay, activity duration T. I forgot. Let's say this 10 days is the activity duration, durations. So this is how sister calculate how long can she dance. So late finish minus early finish. 14 minus 10, right? 4 days. Take note, late finish minus early finish. How about brother? How long can you play game, brother?
4.
4. So how do you get 4?
You
Late
start
start
minus-
minus early start. So this one gives the same answer. Now, if I were to want to know how I want to decide my early finish, I know my activity duration is T. My start date is 0. Now I want to decide, want to calculate early finish. How to calculate early finish? Equal to 0 plus T. Agree? 0 plus T, and then I get early. Let's say this T is the activity time, activity duration. 0 plus T, I get this number. 0 plus 10, I get 10. Are you following?
Yes.
Yes. So let's put a formula here. Early finish equals to early start, somewhere here. Early start plus T. Now, I want to know how brother decide on day 4. Late start. How does he decide? He work out the due date, right, brother? The due date minus the activity duration. Are you with me? Yes,
Of course, sir.
of course. So late start, this one how brother calculate when is she going to start, when you will be starting. So late finish, you know the due date minus the 10. If T is 10, do you have time for game and sister, time for dance?
No, doctor.
No, if T is 10. If
Of course,
T
Doctor.
is,
We have 4.
of course, right?
Yeah.
You rather have times to have game. If T is 10. But if T is 14, what would happen?
There
Do
is
you
no
have
slack
time?
time.
No slack time, no time for dancing, rather also no time for game. So if T is 14, then S slack is 0. So what happened? If you delay, penalty. Okay, take note of this, the one in yellow background. Early finish, late start, slack, to slack. Okay, now let's redo what we have done just now. But instead of putting circle in our node, now we are going to put a node, the network node, something like this. We put 6 informations. Activity label on the most left, and then activity duration, yeah, the activity time. And then we are going to put here early start, early finish, late finish, late start in our node. Okay, let's do again. This is what we are going to do. We are going to do what we call it forward pass. Let me moving forward pass. What we are doing, what we will do, we just focus on early start and early finish. Early start, early finish using the formula that you developed just now. Early finish equals to early start plus T, where T is the activity durations. And then after we complete the whole process of forward pass, we are going to move back. We call it backward pass. Backward pass, we are going to determine the late finish and then late start. Just now you develop the formula. Late start equal to late finish minus T. And then we are going to find the slack LS minus ES or LF minus EF. I mean, late start minus early start or late finish minus early finish. Okay, have a go. Now we are going, this is the same network, but the network, we have 6 compartments. And we are going to put this one, the green color up here. The green color is early start, early finish. Then up here, the activity label, activity duration here. So I have put everything, the activity label, start, activity label, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then activity time, 7, 10, 15, 3, 5, 15, 10, 7. Okay, let's do forward pass, move forward pass, so forward pass. What did I say just now? Forward pass, we are focusing on early start, early finish. Early start, early finish. Let's say we start at time 0. Time 0. Let's look at activity A. We start at time 0. Early start, time 0. When will be the early finish? Just focus on the green, 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 green.
Early finish.
Early finish, what's the time? Early start plus T. Early start plus T. Okay.
7.
7, right? Early start 0 plus T. T is this one. Early start plus T. 0 plus 7, 7. How about B? Let's say we start at time 0 also.
So 10.
10. So 10. So early start, early finish. Early start 0, early finish 10. Now activity C, when can we do the early start?
7.
7. 7.
10.
7. 10. 7. 10. So which one to use? Yeah, I want to start this one. A must complete, B must complete, right?
10.
Now want to use 7 or 10?
10.
10. No, 10. Everybody 10 now. Just now we have a khilaf. Now 10. How do you get 10?
That's the maximum time to finish
The
both of them.
maximum time. Okay, let's look into activity C. Activity C, we have more than one predecessor. More than one predecessor. We have A, we have B as the predecessor. So when a situation like this, we have to take the greater value of the early finish. What's the greater value of the early finish for the early start of activity C? Where's the greater value of the predecessor
10.
of the early finish?
10.
Okay, that's the
10.
rule. Okay, so once we have more than one predecessor, we take the greater value of the early finish. 10, then complete early finish.
25.
25.
25, right? Then how about D? When can start? 25, right?
25.
25. Because then finish, early finish.
28.
28.
28. How about E?
25.
25 also.
30.
30.
30. Now you're faster. This one?
30
30.
Which one?
and 45.
30.
Already, you already made your decision. Any
30.
peculiarity for this one? We have two predecessors, so 30 and 45. Sister already faster than me. Here, brother, sister?
30.
38.
30. Then finish.
41.
41. This one? No, which one? Which
45.
number to?
45.
45.
52.
45,
and 52.
52. No, yeah, very fast. Okay, we are done with our forward pass. That means we just look into early start, early finish, early start, early finish, early start, early finish, early start, early finish, everything early start, early finish, early start, early finish, early start, early finish. Now we are going to do what we call backward pass. Okay, backward pass, backward. So we are going to move back. Now look at the blue color, the blue color here, the blue boxes. When we are going to move backward, we are going to find the late start. So we are focusing on late finish, late start. Late finish, late finish, late start. Let's say we finish at week 52. What was the formula again to find the late start? Late finish minus T.
T.
Late finish minus T. Late finish minus T. We are moving backward. That means we start from the end.
So
Late
45.
finish 52 minus 7, 45. How about F? What number should I put here?
45.
45. Here, 45 minus
30.
50, 30. How about this one? G,
45.
45. You take from here and bring here. Minus 11. Can we find the late start?
34.
34.
34. D, late
30.
finish.
30.
30. 30.
27.
27. How about this one?
30 also.
30 also. 30.
34.
Everybody agree? 34. 30, 34, 34, 30. Okay, don't worry. 30. Okay, 30. Okay, let's say I take 30. Okay, now this activity E, take note, activity E, we have more than one successor. What are the successor? F and G.
G.
So when backward pass, we take the lower value. Just now forward pass, we take the greater value of the early finish. But now when we go backward, when we have more than one, more than F, we have 30, we have 34. We take the lower value of the late start. So what number should I put?
30.
30. 30. So you have more one successor. We have to analyze it. And then here,
25.
25.
25. Here, more than one successor also. Which number should I put? 27 or 25? 25. Now you are very smart.
10.
Here, 10. Here, 10.
10.
Huh? 10. Then
10.
3.
3.
Here,
10.
10. 10.
0.
0. Okay, we are done with backward pass. Forward pass, backward pass. Okay, I want to draw the bar chart here. You see activity A completed. After that, there's some slack here. The dotted line represents the slack. The slack is at the later part. And then when we go backward, say activity G, look at activity G here. The slack is at the earlier part. Activity and then the slack. We start late. Just now, brother, you can play game first. Whereas when early start, like sister, they can dance later. And then activity C, no time to dance. Brother also no time for game. Okay, what does this mean? So let's analyze the slack. Slack. What is the slack? Okay, you know how to calculate slack. Late finish minus early finish. Late finish minus early finish, or late start minus early start. Does it give the same answer? Let's look into activity A. What is the slack?
3.
3.
3. So 3 minus 0, you get 3. 10 minus 0, you get 10 minus 7, you get 3. How about this one? B?
0 slack.
0 slack.
0.
C?
Also
0
0.
slack.
Also 0. D?
2.
2. Then, sorry, E?
0.
0. F?
0.
0.
4.
G? 4.
0.
0. What does it tell you?
The slack.
What does it tell you with this slack informations? With A, critical activity or non-critical?
Non-critical.
Non-critical. How about B?
Critical.
Critical. Cannot afford to delay. So B is critical. C?
Also critical.
Critical. E?
Critical.
Critical. F? Critical.
F critical.
H.
H
Critical.
also critical. So we know this. These are the critical activities. How do you know? Because the slack is 0. When slack is 0, critical activity. And then we can use this by virtue of this completion time. Then we can have the critical path. Start B, B, C, C, E, F, H. 52 weeks. Imagine just now if you analyze 6 paths, the earlier example, I don't want to scroll backward. Imagine if in real complex project, there are thousands of activities. Are you going to analyze one by one? You will not. So this is another way of just doing this forward pass and then backward pass. Then you know which are the critical activities. Then straight away you can have the critical path. And then another thing is in any project, it can have more than one critical path. For this example, we only have one critical path. But in real situations, when we have more complex situation, we have more than one critical path. Okay, let's develop the activity schedule. This is what we call the activity schedule. What happens if you are the scheduler or the project manager? You are looking into this project, and then you analyze the activity, each activity A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then you start looking at it. When can you start early start, early finish, or when if you decide to have late start, how long can you start, and at which time can start, and then when can you finish. And then you also have this slack you calculate. Yeah, and when there is 0 slack, of course, critical activity. So in order to avoid delay in your project, what you do, you focus on activity B in your scheduling control. This you monitor closely so that it is completed in time. That means in 10 days must be 10 days, cannot afford delay. Activity C also, when you are actually managing a project, you have to monitor this closely so that it doesn't delay, it doesn't affect the whole project. And the same thing for activity E, F, H. So this is the same way you are getting the critical path. You can use Microsoft Project. Anybody have use this one? Microsoft Project software. You can use Microsoft Project for very complex construction. you want to buy this one, the basic, the basic software costs almost 3,000, 2009. But there is also, we call it enterprise-wise. You can have many projects connected to each other if you share resources. For example, in construction work, you may be sharing crane or sharing some equipment. So we need to, you can use this project interrelated. This is a simple example of bar chart using this Microsoft project. This is just bar chart, and you see the relationship. You can see some network, and it shows straight away the critical activities. It shows the critical activity in red. So when you implement the project, then you can also insert your progress there. This is network diagram by, if you use the software, I also cannot see what's inside here, but it tell you the same information, the activity label, or maybe the activity description, when you can start, early finish, whether you have slack or no slack, or how long is your slack. So the red or the pink color here represent the slack, the critical activities. And then the one without the red color are non-critical activities. This is an example of more exciting one. This is just a training. So this is how to develop. This is an example, like you want to do fish pond, design stage, mobilizing the work, and then the pond work, landscape work, getting the water supply and electricity supply, then testing and commissioning. So you can develop a more complex network using software. But for our course, I think we are not using software at all. I'm not sure some of you may have been using this one. Anybody use this one before? No. Anyone use?
No, doctor.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
If you work next time, a lot of things you have to do scheduling. You encourage your boss to buy. Most organizations do not want to buy this software because once they buy, after a few years, 1 or 2 years, they get obsolete. But you work in construction or manufacturing, very complex environment or complex project, I think you need this software. You cannot do manually anymore. In the yesteryears, it's different thing. You have to draw using pen and pencil. Okay, any question? I think I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm done already. Oh, finish earlier. Do we have enough, or you want me to continue shortcut the rest? Or can we, I open for question time first? Any question? No question?
No, sir.
No. Can I, for today, since we finish about 15 minutes
Sure,
early, can we just finish early?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If we want to, so if we finish early, then let's end our day with the recitation of Suratul As. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Al-As innal insana lafi illa allazina amanu wa tawassaw bis. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. See you next class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
most
Doctor.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor.
Yeah, most welcome. Yeah, nicely. Most welcome. Okay, I end our class.